So from the end of there to the middle of that bead is 1 1/8 inches. So for the bead I'm going to be cutting down at this end, I want it to be 1 1/8 inches from the far end. How do I decide where the far end is going to be? Well, I know that that hole is 3 inches deep, starting probably from about there. I'd have to take the thimble off and measure the depth of the hole, but to be 100%, but that should be in the neighborhood. So that hole ends probably about there. Well, if I made the hole, so anywhere beyond there is good for the other end. So I just more or less have to decide what looks good to my eye. And with the thimble being that long, that's 1 1/8 inches. Well, let's use the golden mean and make this 1.6 times the length of that. See how that looks. So what's 1.6 times 1.125? That would require a calculator. So 1.125, which is 1 1/8 inches, times 1.6 equals 1.8. So from the center of this bead to the center of the next bead, I want to be 1.8 inches, which would be right there. So that looks reasonable enough to me. And then from there to the end of the spindle, I want to be 1 1/8 inches. So this mark denotes the bottom of the hole. I'm well past it, so I don't even need that on there anymore. And I don't want to get confused, so I'll take that right off. So I'll just make a score line down here where the end of the spindle is going to be, and then I'll cut this bead. Okay, that looks reasonably well balanced both ways from center. So I'm going to measure the diameter of that thimble out at the end. And I'll cut in here to that same diameter. Okay, so that's a real tight, but this is a square end. And this is the very end, this shoulder on my left. So if I cut in to a loose fit, the same kind of fit I've got here, then I'm at the right diameter right against the shoulder, but I'm already too small on the other side of the kerf. So I'll leave it a hair oversized so that when I cut that taper, I will finish bringing it down to about the same size. Okay, and on this one I think maybe I'll burn in a couple of lines. Remember, I opened up that opening in there, so I'm not sure how thick the wall is right. I don't really want to part the end of that thimble off. I don't know, that may be a little overkill, having both the beads and the